When you look up and see an airplane gracefully cutting through the sky, it's easy to imagine the pilot simply steering wherever they wish, charting their own course with complete freedom. But the reality is quite different. The sky is actually filled with invisible highways. A complex network of predefined routes and carefully managed intersections that keep air travel safe, organized, and efficient. Pilots follow these aerial highways with precision, adhering to strict guidelines and procedures, guided by the watchful eyes of air traffic control and an array of sophisticated instruments that provide crucial data. Without these meticulously planned systems and constant oversight, flying would quickly descend into chaos and become incredibly dangerous. Pilots must always have a clear understanding of their exact position, knowing where they are in relation to these invisible roadways, especially when visibility is significantly reduced, like when flying through clouds, navigating through dense fog, or flying at night. In these challenging moments, they rely entirely on their instruments, trusting the technology to guide them for accurate readings of altitude, precise speed, and their current location in the sky. Mastering the use of these critical tools transforms a pilot from someone who simply flies an aircraft into a true navigator of the skies, capable of handling any situation. Aviation navigation systems act as our road signs and GPS, providing essential guidance, creating clear, predictable, and standardized paths that ensure a smooth transition from departure to a safe arrival. This highly organized structure allows thousands of aircraft to safely share the sky every single day, minimizing risks and maximizing efficiency. Today, we'll delve into and explore a specific navigation technique, shedding light on its importance that helps pilots make a seamless transition from the open sky to the critical phase of landing, specifically the DME Arc, a procedure that utilizes distance measuring equipment. Understanding and mastering this technique is a key and crucial step in becoming a proficient and confident instrument-rated pilot. Distance measuring equipment, or DME, is like a long-range measuring tape for your airplane. It tells you your exact distance from a ground-based radio station, measured in nautical miles. This real-time distance is crucial for navigation and situational awareness. DME works by sending radio pulses to a ground station which replies after a precise delay. The system calculates distance based on the time it takes for the signal to travel back and forth. DME is usually paired with a VOR, which provides directional information. Together, VOR-DME gives you both your direction and distance from a single point, an essential position fix. The distance shown is slant range, accounting for your altitude, but the error is negligible except when very close to the station. For most procedures, including DME arcs, pilots use this slant range as their actual distance. This combination is one of the most reliable navigation systems in aviation. It's the backbone of many instrument procedures worldwide. A DME arc is a specific type of flight path, a carefully designed procedure used in aviation. It's a path that keeps the aircraft at a constant distance, a fixed radius if you will, from a VOR-DME station. This navigation aid provides crucial distance information. To understand it simply, imagine walking in a perfect circle around a fixed point. You maintain the same distance from the center at all times. In the air, the pilot uses the distance measuring equipment, or DME, to maintain that set distance, constantly monitoring the readout. This constant monitoring and adjustment creates a curved path in the sky, a graceful arc visible only on radar and in the contrails left behind. DME arcs serve as transitional routes, acting as a bridge in the sky. They are used for guiding aircraft smoothly and efficiently from en route airways, those highways in the sky, onto the final approach course for landing, setting them up for a safe and precise touchdown. Instead of sharp, abrupt turns, the arc allows for a gradual, controlled turn, easing the transition. This makes approaches more stable and predictable, reducing workload and enhancing safety in the cockpit. The arc's specific shape and distance are meticulously defined on approach charts, providing pilots with all the necessary information. These charts clearly specify which VOR-DME to use as the reference point, and the exact arc distance that must be maintained throughout the procedure. For example, a 10 DME arc means the aircraft must stay exactly 10 nautical miles from the designated VOR-DME station, no more, no less. The arc also has clearly defined entry and exit points, ensuring a standardized and safe transition. These entry and exit points are usually marked by specific radials emanating from the VOR, providing precise navigational guidance. Flying the arc requires constant attention to detail and small, precise heading adjustments to maintain the desired distance. This is quite different from simply flying a straight line. where the heading remains relatively constant. It's a foundational maneuver, a critical skill taught in instrument training, building a pilot's proficiency. It hones essential skills, combining precise distance management, a heightened sense of directional awareness, and the ability to execute smooth and coordinated aircraft control inputs. Ultimately, mastering the DME Arc prepares pilots to confidently and safely handle more complex instrument approaches in challenging conditions. DME arcs are most often used in the initial approach segment of an instrument approach. This segment transitions the aircraft from en route structure onto the approach course, aligning and configuring it for landing. In challenging terrain, a straight-in approach may not be possible. A DME arc provides a safe, curved corridor around obstacles. The arc is designed with a minimum altitude to guarantee obstacle clearance. On approach charts, the arc appears as a curved line with labeled distance and entry points. Pilots are cleared to join the arc at a specific fix, ensuring a predictable and safe transition. The arc leads directly to a point where the aircraft intercepts the final approach course, perfectly positioned for landing. This design ensures a smooth, safe flow from en route to final approach. Flying a DME arc blends precise aircraft control with sharp instrument interpretation. The core technique is turn 10, twist 10. As you fly the arc, keep the DME distance constant and adjust your heading as you cross each new radial. The VOR instrument shows your current radial from the station, which changes continuously along the arc. Pilots anticipate the next radial, adjust the course selector, and make small heading changes to stay on the arc. This creates a scalloped path, closely following the ideal circular track. Approach charts provide radials as progress checks and step-down fixes, allowing for gradual descents as you near the airport. Each segment of the arc has its own minimum altitude, ensuring obstacle clearance. The lead radial marks the point to begin turning off the arc onto the final approach course. Anticipating this radial ensures a smooth rollout, perfectly aligned for the final approach. Mastering this sequence is essential for safe, precise instrument flying. Now let's put theory into practice and see how this all works in a real-world scenario. We'll walk through a complete DME arc approach, highlighting the key steps and considerations. Our destination is Reno Tahoe International Airport, an airport well known for its challenging VOR DME arc approaches, necessitated by the surrounding mountainous terrain of the Sierra Nevada. Let's say we've been cleared by air traffic control for the VOR/DMEA approach, a common procedure here. This approach will test our ability to accurately fly the arc. Our task is to fly the 17 DME Arc, a curved path defined by its distance from the Mustang VOR. This requires constant monitoring and adjustments. We begin by intercepting the arc at a designated fix, in this case a waypoint called FIMIG. This is our entry point onto the curved path. The key to successfully flying the arc is diligently keeping our DME reading as close to 17 nautical miles as possible. This ensures we remain on the correct path. As we progress along the arc, we'll be crossing a series of radials emanating from the VOR. Each time we cross a radial, we make small adjustments to our heading and course selector to maintain the desired 17 DME distance. In this scenario, we're following the arc in a counterclockwise direction, constantly correcting our course to stay on the curve. It's crucial to pay close attention to the approach chart as it specifies minimum altitudes for different segments of the arc. For example, we might be required to maintain an altitude above 8,000 feet between specific radials to ensure adequate terrain clearance. As we proceed, the chart might instruct us to descend to 7,500 feet at the next designated step-down fix. This carefully planned, gradual descent ensures that we maintain a safe altitude above the surrounding mountainous terrain throughout the approach. This allows us to safely and efficiently approach the airport environment. As we near the final approach course, we'll be looking for the lead radial. Let's say it's at 245 degrees. Upon reaching this radial, we initiate a smooth, coordinated turn to intercept the final approach course that leads directly to the runway. Our aim is to intercept that final approach course at approximately 235 degrees. As we roll out of the turn and establish ourselves on the final approach course, we should find ourselves perfectly aligned with the runway centerline, ready for a smooth and controlled descent. We can confirm our progress by observing the DME reading, which will be steadily decreasing as we get closer to the VOR and the runway. The DME Arc has effectively guided us safely and precisely from the en route phase of flight to a stabilized final approach, ready for landing. This real-world example vividly illustrates how DME arcs are instrumental in managing the complexities of terrain, air traffic flow, and the need for precise navigation, all while maintaining safety. It represents a seamless and well-orchestrated transition from the freedom of the open sky to the critical final moments just above the runway threshold. Successfully mastering this intricate procedure is not just a skill but a true hallmark of experienced and proficient instrument pilots. For any pilot aiming to fly in all weather, mastering the DME arc is essential, not just academic. Even with modern GPS, VOR DME remains a critical navigation and backup system. If GPS fails, pilots must rely on these foundational skills to fly safely. Learning the arc builds strong instrument scanning, multitasking, and situational awareness. These skills translate to better performance in all phases of instrument flight. Understanding DME arcs connects approach charts to real cockpit procedures, making you a true navigator. The DME arc is more than a curved line, it's a vital tool for safe, precise approaches. By mastering it, you build the core competencies that define a capable, confident pilot.